Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight. I am proud to honor and have tonight Jesus in the trenches, Mr. Gregory McLeod, our gold sponsor of Legacy Conference 2020. Come on in, sir. And how are you this evening?
All is well. I'm excited to be here.
Mr. I was like calling Mr. Jesus in the trenches. Tell us, where did that whole concept of Jesus in the trenches come from?
Great question. It all started back in, I believe, 2015, 2014. That was a period of time where I surrendered my life to God, and through fasting and praying, I was asking God to give me something that I can represent Him. I was, something uh, that I can disassociate myself from my former life to now my new life. So I asked God, Lord, give me something now that I can represent you to show people that I've been transformed and I've been delivered, and I just want to represent you. And honestly, through prayer and fasting, God gave me the name Jesus in the Trenches.
Awesome, awesome. So you talk about your past and you talk about that you've overcame all that, you became a Christian and you had that internal passion for souls. And I remember when I first met you. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Correct. Mhm.
Okay. And from when you went on and discussed one point in time with me that this was a way to open a door for evangelism because you wanted to grow in that area. So for me, what was the hardest thing you ever had to endure in the process?
In the process of the
Coming
hardest thing,
into coming into
go ahead.
yourselves.
The hardest thing I had to endure was probably, you know, people accepting the new me where God had transformed me from. Uh, you know, uh, so many people thought I was just, I was playing or I wasn't for real about my walk with Christ. Um, and once I made up my mind and that this is what the life that I was going to live and this is where God has brought me from. That was a hard transition. Uh, there were many attacks, especially with a lot of people from different beliefs. When I say different beliefs, different. I'll just say it. The Israelites or the Hebrewites. I got a lot of attacks from them. But to God be the glory. I'm just trying to evangelize relationship and evangelize Jesus Christ.
Awesome, awesome. So that's one of the things that I really do love about your ministry. You found a way to be operate in ministry, but yet capturing hearts of people just by your apparel, just in the trenches. And when that whole name came about, what's the real emphasis behind Jesus in the trenches itself? Why the trenches?
The trenches is a special place for me. The trenches is where God came and delivered me from. That's a place in which I'm so familiar with, as far as addiction, the things that I struggle with, and the word trenches can be associated with so many different things. My trenches may be different from someone else's trenches. The trenches for me was drugs, alcohol, just that street life, and but someone else's trenches could be something else. It can be mental health, or it can be affliction towards their body, or something else. But my trenches, is something that I have a passion for, uh, a passion from bringing other people out of the trenches from where I came from, and to go back into the community and those places where I once was living wrong or doing wrong. I can introduce them to Christ and spread the good news that Christ, this is what Christ brought me from, and if He did it for me, He can do it for you.
Awesome, awesome. One of our attendees is actually saying that they can't see your face, your head's covered a little bit, your cap. There you go. Or yeah. No, I guess they love you. I guess they love your hat that much. They want to see a hat.
Yeah.
So, um, what? Okay, I see that you carry a shirt line. What else do you typically carry other than your shirts and products?
Um, I do hats. I do uh, various different type of shirts. I do. I have shorts, cargo shorts. I'm getting ready to have a new different apparel sets, shirts and shorts. I also have thermals. Um, I have bags, book bags. So we're just expanding when it comes to the product. We just want to expand to different apparel and different products. We just want to brand the name Jesus in the Trenches to get the word out, wearing the message. We want people to know that what Jesus in the Trenches is about. We're getting ready to start a movement as far as evangelizing. The apparel is great for evangelizing for different churches, praise teams, uh, street ministry, prison ministry, whatever type of ministry that you have that you evangelize in, it's perfect for it. Uh, what it does is it allows people to ask questions. Okay, what is Jesus in the trenches? And it opened the door for you to be able to explain what who Jesus is and what the trenches are, and then evangelize to them and bring them closer to Jesus. And it's very important in these times, especially what's going on now. We all know what's going on, the pandemic. Uh, we're definitely in those last days that are prophesied, and so it's important to bring the message out of the four walls. It's really time to bring that message out of the four walls.
Definitely it is. Because right now we're facing the most trying time of our life. I see some of your
Yes,
people are already reaching out to you saying, Jonathan saying, "Hey, my bro, what's up, sir?" But
yes,
we
sir.
have to, yes, sir. We got people jumping on right now talking about you. So,
Mhm.
what is new coming up for just in the trenches in terms of your next plan? Because I've been seeing a lot of your shirts making all around the world right now. I've seen shirts in a third person in also was it in Jamaica
Yes,
wearing a shirt. I'm seeing people in England, in France. You are definitely coming now an international brand. Was that always your plan or purpose back then when you first started it?
absolutely. One of my goals in which I'm working on now, with the assistance of my team, is the crossover effect. We have a new campaign that we're getting ready to launch, which is the crossover effect. We want to cross over in different areas as far as location or music. We just want to be out of the box. We don't want to be confined to anything. We want to spread the good news and the word of Jesus Christ all over. So that's the next move with the crossover effect. We want to tap into music, sports, entertainment, football, basketball, wherever. This is just about expanding the brand and expanding the word of God and Jesus Christ, and just uh, expressing how important it is to have a relationship with Christ. We want to break barriers. That's important in this time.
Trust me. Years ago, when I first saw your brand, it was the original shirt that you had with the man kneeling down,
Yes.
and I, it caught my attention that a
Hmm.
man's kneeling down on one knee, where I think it was at time military had fatigue, and he was
Absolutely.
like, yeah, it caught my attention to say, even no matter where you are or who you are, people
Hmm.
still need to bow down and kneel and
Absolutely.
seek help when they can't find any solution, especially now what we're going through right now, coronavirus.
Absolutely.
What have you ever experienced a situation where your shirt has opened a door personally for you to minister to somebody who needs Jesus Christ?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I enjoy is sharing the good news. And when people ask, okay, Who is Jesus? Believe it or not, in this generation, there are a lot of young men and women that do not know Jesus, and this apparel allows, it opens the door for people to ask questions and allows you to evangelize. I've had many people ask me, man, what is Jesus in the trenches? And I'll be honest with you, I've told them Jesus in the trenches is my personal testimony of where God has brought me from, and I've gone into detail of what it is He has delivered me from, and I've been able to relate to those who are in the trenches. We have people that are in the trenches, bound right now, and whether we know it or not, some of them just feel like they're stuck. I've shared my testimony with many young men, and the response was like amazing. I had one guy tell me like, wow, that he feels like he still has a chance to make it out. So that tells me a lot of young men and a lot of young women think they can't make it out. They think they're stuck. So it's important for us to spread that message that they're not stuck, and God can deliver them from anything, any situation, drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be, whatever your trenches may be. God is still a miracle worker.
Trust me, that's one of the things that I love about your story, sir. Now, people may be wondering, how do I get in touch with you? How do I obtain these shirts? Are you available internationally by website? I have your website here on the screen for those who may be wondering now. It's actually juiceinthetrenches.com. Now, are you available also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook?
I'm available on Facebook. I'm available on Instagram. You can hit me up through the website or even the email address, jesusinthetrenches at AOL.com. You're welcome to email me about any questions. Uh, I even coaching. If you have any questions about anything that you're going through, you can email me. I would definitely respond. I have uh, many people that's in the ministry that I can refer you to if I can't answer any questions for. This is just not all about the apparel as well. It's about ministry as well, street ministry. So you can Jesus in the trenches at AOL.com. You can inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, and through the website.
Awesome, awesome. And also, you will be at the Legacy Conference this year. What made you join on this year for Legacy Conference? What drew you this year for that?
I just love legacy. I love what you're doing through this conference. I thought you know that it would be a great thing to collaborate with you to bring exposure to the brand. And Jesus in the trenches is about leaving a legacy as well. Um, so it's very important to me to leave a legacy uh, on the business side and the ministry side, and we just bring it all together.
I love what you said a while ago because a lot of people think about legacy as in leaving money, wealth, inheritances.
Hmm.
But you said a while ago, leaving legacy on the Christian side, passing on a legacy of God to your kids, your grandkids, passing on a legacy of teaching them about the Word of God and different aspects of your life that you have said you've been through and you don't want them to go through. So you're most likely going to pass on those teachings of saying, this is what your grandpa went through, is what dad went through. Here's how to do a different way. It's not about just leaving inheritances for children's children, but also giving them something sustainable, substantial they can hold on to when trouble comes. I can give a true story about this where I experienced that in myself when life hit me hard. If I didn't have a relationship with God and my mother's raising me, I would have had a place where I've been shaky. They gave me a foundation with Christianness, with God, with the whole fact of when trouble comes, what do? You go pray, you find God, you find a place of refuge. If that was not passed on to me through a legacy of my grandmother to my mother to me, I don't know where I'll be today. So watching your story and hearing the true story behind just the trenches and what you've been through, you are truly a testimony to the body of Christ and also to everything around you where people can come to you on the side of the street and say, "Hey, I want to get to know you." And I'm telling you, as Johnson says, he will greet you where you are. Yes, he will, and love
Absolutely.
it. Now, has anyone ever came to you and literally asked for prayer by just seeing your shirt?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Uh, I could be in the store, just in my neighborhood. Um, I've ran across some friends of mine that was like, "Man, I know God did something in your life," because they knew where I was at. I was just like them. If anybody know me from my past, they can tell you, you know, where I was at, and where I'm at now is truly a testament of God's power that is manifested in my life. So yes, I've prayed, I've shared the word, I've given whatever God has imparted in me. I give it back. That's my serviceable duty. That's what God has called me to do, to give it back. And all of us, anything that God has imparted in us, we should give it back. We should share it.
Awesome, awesome. Now, is there anything you want to share to anyone right now out there in the audience that may need to hear some, may need to hear a message right now? Because guess what? Coronavirus, COVID-19, loss of jobs, people are scared, people are worried, people of faith are being shaken. Any
Mhm.
words of advice or anything you want to give anyone out there?
Man, is there anything too hard for God? Is there anything too hard for God? Even in the midst of a pandemic, our hard times, God is He's waiting to show up. I'm telling you, He's still a miracle worker in these times. This is the times that He's really wants to show Himself. So God can still do it even in this time. That's what I want to share.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Mr. Gregory McLeod, we thank you for coming on tonight. I know you're just squeezed into your busy schedule because your schedule is very busy. I know that for a fact.
Yes, it
You
is.
are truly I call you the multimillionaire of the urban wear in South Florida because everyone is wearing those shirts. They love those hats. They love the apparel. And we wish you the most success and hope to see the Legacy Conference with all the attendees to share in your glory of your urban wear. I know
I'm,
for a fact people are already asking about Jesus in the trenches. What this means because they see in the word and it opens a mind of curiosity. And I applaud you for your greatness in that, sir. So have a wonderful evening. We do appreciate you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. I'm really appreciative. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.